Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos? What they're all about? Well, Let's Build video, I take a model kit and I'll show you how to put it together. If there's any areas of concern on the sprue, as in you have to be careful with taking something off, pipes, chains, etc., I give you guys a heads up. If there's anything wrong on the sprue, as in something's numbered one thing but the instructions say something different, again, this is to let you know that there's something wrong with it, and you can see visually what piece is meant to be. If you suffer with dyslexia or struggle with instructions in general, this is a visual way to help you. If you're interested in models for an army that you have or that you want to collect and you're not sure how difficult the models are to build, again, this is to give you an idea of what you're in for. For all my regulars here, guys, I would love, thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so you would have seen from the thumbnail, I'm building Lychguard for the Necrons from the Imperium Magazine, because the Combat Patrol magazine is just around the corner from being, you know, from coming out and me to start to receive it in Republic of Ireland. So I need to really get through the Imperium magazines that I have left, and having a look through them, I've only got a handful left to do. So, but 3 of them including Paragon Warsuits. So anyway, before we look at the sprue, we'll go through tools needed as always. Mold line scraper. Now you can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it's sharp. Let everyone know you're using a sharp tool so nobody scares you by accident. There's no cats jumping up on you. There's no little hands around the place. Clippers. This was all part of our kit. It's a plastic kit, so plastic glue. I do also have sanding sponge. Now this is sponge with sandpaper beside. You can get sanding sponge or sanding block. The block is more rigid, the sponge is more flexible, so you can get into pipes and chains and stuff like that. This is very handy as well when you finish building a model and you realise you've missed a mould line here or you missed a bit there. This can come in and take care of it nicely. You'll find it in hardware shops somewhere near the sandpaper or the wallpaper, somewhere in between there. Now, so everyone that's new to the channel, before we start snipping and cleaning and putting this together, what I do is I look at the sprue and ascertain what's what, to make life easier for, you know, everyone. Because you can look at a sprue like this, for example, this Lychguard sprues, you can make the Praetorian Guard or the Lychguard, okay? And the Lychguard come with these war scythes, or you can change them so the war blades and the shields. I'm going to probably put them with the shields because I think the shields look absolutely cool. But let's have a look at the sprue anyway. We've got bodies, which is very handy that they're actually legs and body, not single legs and put them together. We've got weapon tops here. We've got arms. We've got these little tab bits that go in front of them. Now, interesting, we've got this body here. And we've got this piece. This is for the Praetorian Guard, I believe. Okay, there's spine pieces there. That's pretty much the first sprue, pretty straightforward. The next sprue, they have these bits here that look like, I don't know if they're for the Praetorian Guard or they're part of the war scythes, I'm not sure. There's more shields, there's more bodies, the Praetorian Guard bodies. And the last sprue, this is the first 2 sprues are pretty much the same, but this is the most interesting sprue. We have front bodies, we have back bodies. I think these are Lychguards. We have more shields, we have more legs, we have heads. I didn't see any more heads anywhere else, so I presume they can use the same heads either for Lychguard or Praetorian Guard. I'm not sure, but we'll cross that when we come to it. But they're heads anyway. They look amazing. So I'm going to finish getting set up and come back to you with the first pieces. Right, so I've set the bases out because these are pretty straightforward from what I can see. Okay, so, okay, no, that's a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to, okay, let's do it properly then. I'm going to start with, we're going to need all the legs, but the legs have specific tabards that go with it. I would imagine it's because of the posing of the legs. So we're looking for 1A, which is this one here, and 2A. Okay, yeah, straightforward. Okay, so we'll start with 1A. I'll snip that off, and 2A, which is this one here, goes with it. Right, so I haven't glued that. I'll just put it in front of one base because I think that's the easy way of doing it. The next one we need is 4B and 5B. So each leg has a number and a letter, and then the tabard bit is, you know, the next number and the letter as well. So it keeps it straightforward. So 4B and 5B, and it is pretty straightforward because the legs and the tabards are that side of it. So it's pretty straightforward. There's 2 on the first sprue, 2 on the next sprue, and there's 1 on the last sprue. The next one we need is 7C and 8C. Okay, so it's very, very simple. Right, it's 13E and 14E. And the last one is 10D and 11D. Right, so I've put a little bit of glue on there. There's a little gap between his legs there. That just slots. It should just slide in there. Of course it doesn't want to because it's very fiddly. There we go. He then glues straight to his base. That's why I've done them like this, so it's easier rather than doing one and come back and showing you. Just do them all in one go. Right, so they all go together the same way. Okay, that just pins in the front there. So I'm going to glue that on, glue them all into their bases, and then come back to you for the next pieces. Right, so the next, I've got them all on bases. One had to be propped up with paint. Everything else is pretty much freestanding. Once there's a bit of glue onto it and it's, you know, it's onto the base, so it's pretty good. Now onto the bodies now. Now I'm building a Lychguard, like I said, so I'll be showing you that way. Probably at a later date I'll get the other guys and Praetorian Guard and build those, but the Lychguard need number 21, 22, so 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. All of these body parts. And they need this interesting spine, which is 26. Now, there should be 5 of them, of these spines, number 26. There's one on this sprue. The rest should be on the other sprues. So I'm going to snip the bodies off. I'm going to go through and find all the 26s and snip them off. But that's what I look like, exactly the same. Right, so this bit is very, very straightforward. This is the back of the body, okay? You can see there's a little pin in there with a little groove. This is the top of the collar. The spine, I think I've actually snipped a little pin off on all of them actually. I do apologise. But the spine is big at the bottom and smaller at the top. And that basically just slots into there. Like so. Okay, I think this one here still has the pin on. Yeah, see the pin? Is that the right way around? No, sorry, that's the wrong way around. Big at the bottom, small at the top. Okay, so it does hang off over the top. So I'm going to glue all those in to these guys. And each of them has a collar on top, so there's not, you know, you can't get it wrong really. That's the bottom half of the body. So I'm going to glue them in and then come back for the next piece. So something else I realised, there's little teeth either side. So the spinal column does just sit in there. Okay, I just realised that halfway through. So now we're onto the front of the body. Right, so for this piece we need 16, 17, 18, 19 and 20, and then 67, which are all these quick, really weird small pieces over here. So either one of these goes with one of those, doesn't matter. Same with the spines with the back of the bodies. So I'm going to snip them snip them, clean them, and show you how they go all together. Got to be careful with these little tiny pieces because they are very fiddly and you will drop them when trying to clean them. So we take the front piece, okay, that's obviously the bottom, and obviously top. And then what we have to do is we take one of these little triangles. Actually, it'd be a lot easier if I put a bit of glue on there first because it's giving me less resistance. It has to go like that, and it slots in. Trusty multi-line sweeper. It slots in at the bottom there. There's a little rectangular bar. It just slots into that gap, like so. Okay. So the head's going to sit on there. Okay, so that's the inside part of the spine the head sits on. So I'm going to glue the rest of those together, then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so now what we're going to do, I'm going to take one of the front pieces, put some glue on it along here, along all the joined bits. I'm going to take one of the back pieces, and it just slots on like so. So you line the shoulder pads up. Now, so I've got a horrible join line there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a bit of glue along that to get rid of that join line. Then we have the initial start of the body. So I'm going to do the rest of them and then come back for the next pieces. Right, so the next thing to do is to take one of the bodies. You see now there's a perfect like sort of dome in there, put some glue in there, and it just slots on the base here, on top of the spine. So you have to hold it for a few minutes. Now I'm going to leave this to dry now for a couple of hours before I come back and put the arms in, because I don't want to be trying to put the arms on and that's not fully on, then it keeps falling off. But one thing you can do at this stage at the moment, the glue's not cured yet, so I can actually position the body in a way that I want, leave the glue to cure for a little bit and just maneuver it if I'm not happy with that position a little bit more to get some really dynamic poses. So I'm going to do the rest of them and leave it to dry for a couple of hours. Right, so they're all dry now, looking absolutely fantastic. The next thing we need, there's a few things that are happening now, but the most easiest thing to do is the heads. Okay, so what I can see is these ones down here are for the Praetorian Guard. Okay, and these ones are for the Lychguard. So I'm going to take these off, clean them down. And it's very straightforward. They just go in there. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, glue them into place, and then come back for the bit that's a bit more difficult with the weapons and arms. Right, so the next part is your weapon options. So you can have the war scythes, or you can have the hyperphase sword with the shield. Now I'm going to go with the sword and shield because the shield gives them a 4+ invulnerable save. But look at this. Okay, so it's 41, 42, 43. Okay, so you can see that connects into there, that connects into there. 47, 48, 49. That's a pain in the backside already. And then there's 50, 51, 52. Again, you can see how that connects on. That connects in. 53, 54, 55, exactly the same. And then you got, this is an interesting one, 43 and 44. So that goes on there first. That goes into there. And then that just, I think he has that just standing, you know, with the bottom part of it on the base. But that's, I'm not going to go with that because it's too much of a bollock. Of course, after doing the arms into those war scythes, you've then got the top of the war scythe, which is number 57, to put on every single one. That's too much messing around. So, but anyway, I think it does. I think it has better stats in combat, but I think giving them a 4+ invulnerable save is absolutely insane, because it's 4+ invulnerable save. So even if you're hit by las cannon fire or something like that, they still can ignore it. But on a 4+, then they've also got the fact that they've got regeneration as well, kinetic reanimation. Sorry, so they can tank a lot of hits and then just regenerate themselves. So I'm going to go with the shields. So I'm going to take all the shields off. The shields are all numbered 58. So I'm going to snip all them off, and then I'll come back with the arms for them. Right, one thing I've noticed straight away with these shields, they are a pain in the ass a little bit. Let me get my modline scraper. So that line there, yeah, this side you need to get rid of, this side you need to keep. The same here. There's a faint line there, that's to get rid of, that's to keep. Let's see, there's a faint line there as well. It's an absolute, you can see it better that side, look. It's an absolute pain in the arse, but I think this way is a lot easier than the other way, because namely, there's the hand. You can see there's some sort of hole there. I presume there's a pin's gonna, I presume the arm has a pinhole in it that slides in there, but if not, it doesn't matter. Just, you can see how it lines up. But anyway, clean this off, get the rest of them off, clean them down, and then come back to you for the arms. Right, so I thought this would be a bit of a difficult along that line. Trying to get a cut, I'll show you this side, look how thick that is. So the line ends just there. If you follow it around, there's that little corner piece of sprue there. So I couldn't get it off, so I said, you know what, I'll just trim all the pieces off. It's not gonna matter much. It's still absolutely fantastic. Right, so I had to check all the sprues, because some of the numbers for the shield are the same as the arms for the war scythe. So I was just double checking that there's not the same number with like a letter or something. Most of them do have letters with them. So I was like, oh, hold on, I need to check this out. But I'm going to go with the numbers. We need 41, 44, which is here, 47, which I think is on the next sprue. Where are we? No, but 53 is. 47 and 53 must be on this one. There's 47. The picture looks the same, so, and 53. I'll have to find 53 because I can't see it at the moment. But I'm going to snip all those arms off and then come back to you. Right, so 41, 44, 47, 50 and 53 are the arms. Any arm goes with any shield. So you'll see on the shield here, you got this little bit here and you got the hand. But this arm slots in like so. Okay, so that little bit there braces the arm in there. Very, very straightforward. Now the instructions tell you to glue this on and glue it onto the model. I'd leave that to dry for a little while before you try and glue it. So I'm going to carry on and do the rest of these and come back and we'll do the weapon arms for the hyper swords, and then we'll glue them onto the models themselves. Right, so they're all on. Now for the other side, the instructions are telling me to glue the arm into the model and then mess around trying to glue the other bit on. I think that's the wrong idea. I think you're best off gluing the weapon, the hand with the weapon blade into the arm first of all, and then as that's drying, we're gluing these guys in, and then when these guys are all glued in, the arm should go on. So as with the other ones, there's probably going to be 1 on one sprue, 2 on the other sprue, and 2 on the other sprue. So we need number 62, which is this one here. We need, where are we? Where's all the arms? We need 61, which is this one here. We need, where are we? 63, which is this one here. And the last sprue, we need number 60, which is this one here. And number 59, which is this one here. So I'm going to snip them all off, clean them all down, and then come back with the weapon. Sorry, 64 is the blade. There's 2 of those. There's also there's the other 64. So I'd imagine, with that said, another sprue is going to have 65 on it. Again, same on the other side. And the last one will have number 66. So I'm going to snip all those pieces off, clean them, and come back and show you how they go together. Right. So it's very straightforward. When you're cutting the arm, make sure that that's as smooth as possible, and the same when you're taking out the rest here. Now this is number 66. Bizarrely, the weapon is upside down, like that. Because if we do it the other way, the hand's weird. So I think it's meant to be that way. You just press and hold that together. Now with this, you might need to just rub until it starts getting gooey. So it's getting gooey there. And just push it together. I'm going to hold it for a little while and then come back. Then I'm going to do the same with the rest of them. Whatever arm and whatever weapon, doesn't matter. And then I'll come back and show you how to put the swords on. The shields on, sorry. Right, so they took longer and were a bit more difficult than I thought they would be. But they're not impossible to do. They are, you know, they are easy to put on. And once they start to take, as you can see, I just laid them down on the desk here. So they're curing right now. So when by the time I put these shields on, they're going to be ready to go on. And the instruction, once you put the arm in first and then trying to glue down, you imagine having an arm glued on and you're trying to hold. It's too much of a nightmare. Anyway, onto these shields now. So any shield arm on any guy, a bit of glue in the arm socket there. I'll just take this one and just slots in there. Now this is going to take probably a few minutes to, but well, it's a minute or so for it to set. So I'm going to crack on and do the rest of that on all of them. And then these guys can do the same thing, but in the other side. I'm not going to need to show you that. So I'm going to take care of those and then come back to you with final thoughts. Right, so there's one completed. I'm going to leave these to dry because trying to put that one on, the wrist tried to come off from the arm. So I said, no, I need to really leave them to dry. But let me finish one. Now, what are my thoughts on these models? I think they're actually lovely. I love them. Putting them together is a bit of a nightmare, but I think the best way to do these guys is actually start with the shields and the arms, if you're doing the shield and arms, and the blade arms. Put them together first, leave them to one side. Okay, I know I've done it as the instructions say, but I'd put the shields, do the shields and the arms first, leave them to one side. Then do the bodies, like I did at the beginning of the video, and then when you put the body on top of the legs, leave them to dry as well. And then, like, you know, a couple of hours later, even the following day, come in, add the heads on, and then glue the arms in, because they'll be dry on one solid piece of plastic. Difficulty rating for these guys, I'd probably give these guys probably a 3.5. They're not that difficult. There's a lot of nice big pieces for them, not that difficult. They're little triangle pieces that go inside the body, that's a difficult thing to hold and clean. But once you line them up, you know, it's very straightforward. It's there's a little line, it just slots into there. This is very useful to push it into place. I think doing the sword arms and then doing the shields, like I said just a minute ago, doing them first will save you a lot of messing around towards the end now. Like I said, the first guy started trying to glue his arm on and the wrist started trying to come away from the weapon, and I was like, nope, I'm not going to have that issue. So that's why I'd made the decision to do these guys, give these guys an hour or so to dry, and then glue them on. It's very straightforward. If I was doing the war scythes now, these guys would probably be a difficulty rating of probably a 5 or a 6, because that is I didn't do that way because I knew it was going to be a pain in the ass, and also because I actually want them to have the shields so they can have a 4+ invulnerable save in game, which makes them very hardy, especially a unit of 10 of these led by an overlord. Actually devastating. But yeah, I'm very happy with these guys. I actually dropped one of the blades when I was cleaning it, as you do. So I started looking on desks for it, and I thought I only had a few issues of Imperium Magazine left, maybe 5 or 6 or something like that. There's about another 10 or 15 under the table here. So I'm like, oh damn. But I think some of them are to be done off camera because they've put 2 or 3 units on one sprue that if you bought separately, if you bought them from the shop, they'd be on their separate boxes and everything else. So that's not too bad. Anyway guys, if you're new to the channel, seeing this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube, says we do have more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. Any comments or anything about these guys, chuck them below as always. They will be in the vote for next week, because by the looks of things, it's going to be the big boys that are going to win the vote. I've ordered some black spray. Hopefully that arrives in time. Otherwise I'll be in problems. But anyway, that's the problem for another day. Thank you all for watching. Hit the buttons for me guys. Comments below as always. Until next time, take it easy.